Let's be real. Keeping up with marketing can feel like a full-time job. It's constantly changing, and if you're running a business, the last thing you want to do is spend all day trying to figure out the latest trends. But here's the thing, marketing in 2025 is going to be completely different from what you're used to. And if you don't adapt, you're going to be left behind. So, in this video, I'm going to break down for you the 6 biggest changes coming to marketing and how you can stay ahead without spending all of your time on it. Hi, my name is Desiree from the CAS Agency, where we elevate your business's impact. So, first things first is story driven long form content. Now, our key shift here is going to be with consumers are craving authentic human connection with brands. They want brands to feel more like people, not just businesses pushing some product. And this matters because storytelling throughout long form content, whether it's podcasts, blogs, or videos, will become essential for building emotional connection that fosters loyalty. So, what does a content strategy look for something like this? Well, you want to start by creating long form content, such as podcasts or blog posts, and allow brands to drive this is going to allow for your brand to dive deeper into their narrative, share your experiences, and feature testimonials that resonate with your audience. I really love podcasting in particular because it dominates in an easy way to create long form conversational content that can be repurposed into those smaller bite sized content pieces, including blogging, social media clips, and so on. And when we add in video and add it into the blog, it can still have a highly effective way for your website to get extra traffic and attention. But you really need to make sure that you're focusing on telling meaningful stories rather than just delivering a whole bunch of facts. So, for example, a brand could create a podcast episode sharing customer success stories and break down all the things that are going on in there so that they can share a personal experience that is relevant to the person who is listening. That way, they can position themselves as an expert because they've shared all that information about what happened versus being like, hey, come buy from me because we're the best. It's allowing the proof to happen in the story and for it to naturally happen. And then you can take all of that content and turn it into social media clips, blogs, and so much more. Number 2 is going to be digital integration. Now, the key shift here is that many businesses have fragmented marketing systems. There's different strategies for social media, for podcasts, for courses, for websites, and none of it works together. And in 2025, everything must be connected and trackable. Now, this matters because businesses waste time and resources when their marketing channels are disconnected. To really be effective, all of your marketing pieces need to work together in the same goal and funnel into trackable systems. So, what would a content strategy look like for this? Well, first, we want to make sure that everything in our marketing, whether it's social media, email, podcasts, websites, everything is working together towards a common goal. Now, whether it is lead generation, brand awareness, or customer retention, track everything. Every channel should funnel back to one specific place, and I highly encourage that to be your website. And by having trackable systems like a CRM or website analytics, you can measure where everything is coming from and how effectively it is moving your business forward. So let's build each piece of your marketing system one at a time while making sure we're intentionally integrating each single piece into that bigger system and goal. And when we can do this, it really smooths out our efforts and makes sure that everything talks together and works together smoothly. We don't just add tools and platforms without purpose. We don't get distracted by something new and shiny just because it sounds cool or one of our competitors is doing it. An example could be that a business might have a podcast or social media content and an email newsletter, but all of these things should be falling back to a website where the actual sales can happen. Every touch point should really be intentional, leading to measurable results with appointments booked or a physical product being purchased. Now, if you're wondering whether your own marketing efforts are truly working together as they should, this is where a lot of businesses can really get stuck. You might have a podcast of social media, mailers, a website, all these different pieces, but are they funneling towards the same goal? Are they working for you? Well, if you're not sure, don't worry. I'm offering a free marketing audit where I can help you identify exactly what is and is not working and how you can create a more connected and trackable marketing strategy. All you have to do is go click the link in the description I have for you down below where you can schedule your audit and let's get your marketing working for you, not against you. Now, the third thing that we want to talk about is social media as a search platform. Yes, I said social media as search. Now, the key shift here is that people are moving away from traditional search engines like Google for information. Instead, they're searching on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest where they're already spending their time. So this really matters to you as your business because you need to optimize your content for those platforms that are evolving into search engines. It's not just about discoverability anymore. It's about showing up where users are actively searching for solutions that your company has. Now, the content strategy around this could be creating platform specific content that's optimized for discoverability, like using hashtag, keywords, and visually engaging content designed to attract and get attention, while also optimizing it on the back end with the right keywords in your hashtags, in your descriptions, and in your back end analytics for your content. So, focusing on Instagram's visual appeal and TikTok short form engagement by creating content that resonates with users' interests and frequency, ask questions in your niche. Now, Pinterest is gaining traction as a visual search engine, making it crucial for businesses to create visual, keyword rich content that drives traffic back to your website. So, a great example of this is going to be like a home decor brand. They could make visually rich content on Pinterest using keywords like modern minimalist homes to appear in those search engines based on what people are searching for. And while a service-based business could leverage TikTok to answer common industry-related questions in a quick, digestible video. Number 4 is going to be audience ownership. Now, a really big key shift that we're seeing is that we're relying too much on third-party platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok to maintain access to our audience, which can be really risky. Now, these platforms control the algorithms and the businesses can be lost in reach overnight. And this matters to your business because all of your audience that you're building on these platforms should be one that you own. So by owning your own audience, you're going to be building an email list, a paid community, or even a private platforms. So they aren't at the mercy of the algorithm changes or platform shutdowns. For example, like the whole TikTok uncertainty that we're dealing with in the US right now. So a content strategy for something like this could be using social media to funnel users into owned platforms, such as email lists, paid communities, or even apps that you can control. You want to provide value incentives like a free guide or exclusive content to get those social media followers to sign up for your email list. Now, when you're building a paid community around exclusive content or services, you can ensure that they're direct access to the most engaged audience because not only are they interested in your content, they're paying you to be there. A good example of this is a business might use Instagram to promote a free webinar, and you can collect those emails as part of the sign up process. That way, even if Instagram changes its algorithm, the business retains those leads through those email lists, and then you can stay in contact with them, even if the algorithm isn't pushing your content to them anymore. Now, number 5 is going to be subtle marketing strategies. Now, the big key shift is that customers are tired of aggressive, in your face sales tactics. They want to engage with experts who provide value without pushing for a sale. Now, this matters because subtle marketing through educational content and guides and helpful tips allows for brands to build trust and authority without overtly selling, leading to organic sales and leads, which is what we all really want. Now, the content strategy behind that could be positioning your brand as a trusted resource by creating content that solves problems and answers questions without immediately pitching products or services. We want to use soft calls to action like learn more or explore our resources rather than those hard sells like buy now and call us today. When we create content that guides potential customers through the process, they can then try it themselves and making them realize that the value of your service happens organically. An example of this can be seen as an electrician could create a blog post or a video on how to tell if your electrical panel needs an upgrade, educating the audience on potential problems. Instead of pushing a service, they subtly show their expertise, which naturally leads to inquiries for electrical inspections. Now, our last and sixth one is going to be what I'm calling new SEO. Now, here's where this big key shift is happening. SEO is no longer about cranking out lots of keyword heavy content. By 2025, SEO will be driven by AI optimized conversational content that focuses on a user's intent and engagement. Now, this really matters because search engines are evolving with AI-driven algorithms. We have BERT with Google, and it's voice search and visual search, and it's just becoming really important to make sure that you are there in the right and relevant ways. Now, businesses must optimize for these new ways so that people can be searching for you and you can be found. Now, what would a effective content strategy look like for this new SEO world? We're going to be creating content that is conversational and answers users' specific questions designed for voice search inquiries and natural language. Now, we want to optimize our images and our videos using visual search by using descriptive file names, alt text, and ensuring that they are mobile friendly. We're also going to be playing the quality over quantity game. We're going to focus on creating valuable, in-depth content that resonates with your audience rather than producing a large volume of low-value content. This is why I like long-form podcasting, because it's having a conversation. Then you can take those conversational words that have to do with your business and turn them into repurposed content. Now, an example of a brand could be a travel brand that could optimize their website for visual search using Google Lens and Pinterest Lens, ensuring that travelers are searching for images related to beach vacations and find their content, while also optimizing blog posts for voice search by answering common spoken queries like, what is the best time to visit the Maldives? It's really important to make sure that your marketing is up to snuff and that you are ready for 2025. Again, make sure you go grab that free marketing audit to make sure that all of your content is working really well together. And to get you started on your journey to creating long form content with my favorite platform, which is podcasting, I want you to watch the video that I have for you right here.